What's going on, guys? My name is Snypersama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, all I have for you is a singular question. What's your opinion on focus mode? There have been quite a few mechanics in Monster Hunter throughout the years that have sparked debate. Clutch Claw, the tenderizing mechanic, the wall bashing, and how easy it was to abuse earlier monsters and pretty much any monster that wasn't Rajang with the Clutch Claw in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Next up is you've got the wire bugs, the literal get out of jail free card, but also unlocks some crazy potential for not only build variety, but also for just different styles of gameplay. But I don't think either of those or any of its predecessors have ever sparked more controversy than focus mode. Some players think it is one of the best additions that Capcom has ever added. Other players think that it completely changed the dynamic of Monster Hunter as a whole. And truth be told, I think both sides kind of have a point. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and react to the official trailer of the focus mode overview that was released over a year ago when the game first came out, when we were first going about it. And we are going to talk about it, and I'm going to get you guys talking with me in the comments about what your opinion is. And we're going to go back and forth on it. That being said, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing. It helps a ton. Without further ado, let's get into the first section of this video where I'm going to be quiet and we're just going to go over focus mode. So our new mechanic, focus mode. We already knew that going in, it was going to be strong. I don't think anybody, this is really loud, I'm going to turn this down. I don't think anybody realized just how strong it would be. It is kind of crazy. I'll turn off the captioning since there is some. But at the same time, it's not. I understand that there's a lot of people that think, you know, it is the end-all be-all. I think the strongest part of focus mode, believe it or not, is the wound mechanic, but I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Yes, it can be abused, but I don't think it's crazy OP busted. It's very, very similar to tenderizing with the clutch claw, and I think that part's really cool. I think the big thing for me is not so much the fact that focus mode itself is inherently busted. I think it is more so along the lines of the fact that the wound mechanic with focus mode is busted. Okay? Focus mode allowing you to 180 degree your true charge slash on Greatsword is awesome. I think focus mode for new players getting into Monster Hunter is a phenomenal adjustment. You have no idea when I first started playing Monster Hunter, especially back in the day when World first came out, that I was just bad at the game. Don't get me wrong, I was nowhere near as good of a gamer as I am now, despite the fact that I was younger. I peaked as a boomer, I guess. Unk status. Anyways, I was decent at games. I've always been good at games. But the positioning that I needed for Monster Hunter was a massive turnoff because not only was it avoid getting hit, but try to hit back. And when I had the wrong positioning, as a new player, I was like, man, this is really hard. This is really frustrating. I don't like this. I think focus mode is a really, really good way to get new people into playing. Yes, you still need to work on your positioning, but it's not going to be, oops, I rolled the wrong direction. Now I'm 10 feet over here. The monster's here, and I just don't get to play the game. I have to wait before I can hit him again because iframes are not a thing, because I have to wait for my recovery animations because I swung and I missed, so I'm stunned for a moment. All of these different things together really make focus mode strong, but I don't think they're overpowered. I think the thing that makes focus mode overpowered, without a doubt, is the wounds. The tempered wounds on tempered monsters and regular wounds, when they just stun the monster, I honestly, I think that's the OP part. This right here, this red blob that appears because we have been hitting it for so long, we've hit it X amount of times or X amount of time, whatever it is that's taken X amount of damage. This is the part that I think is a little overtuned. And the reason I say that is because every time a wound gets popped, it leads to the monster getting stunned. You can see here, okay? They're using Greatsword in this clip. When they use Greatsword, they get the little damage increase. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But when you do your actual focus strikes, the monster just sits there and takes it. You get that full free combo off. They will be mid-animation something, and you completely cancel them out. That, to me, as someone with thousands of hours in the franchise, is way too strong. I can definitely see both sides. It's easier to aim attacks. It's less fighting against the camera, and it is less of an issue for new players. Plus, it probably makes the weapons feel a lot better. Now that I think about it, yeah, it makes the weapons feel better. It makes them feel a little more like they're hitting where you're aiming. But part of the caveat to being a better monster hunter is to learn your positioning, learn how the monster plays, so on and so forth. The idea that in older games you missed because the monster moved was really, really frustrating, I have no doubt. But I don't like that the monster just gets stunned because you decided to use a focus strike. Old Monster Hunter rewarded anticipation, preparation, and careful planning. New Monster Hunter, you don't really need as much of that. I'm not going to say you don't need it because you do. Yeah, the focus mode is only going to help you so much. But at least what comes to my mind is when you're using Charge Blade and you do the focus strike for the morph, and it literally pulls you out of axe mode faster than to just actually morph the weapon, kind of gets my head turning with, is this actually a good thing or a bad thing? There's a lot of people that argue that prediction and positioning are less important because of focus mode. I'm sorry, I keep looking over here. I have a little bit of a script of things that I wanted to hit, and because I'm on display capture, I didn't want to just like pull it over there so that you guys could see it too, because my script, not your script. I think it's good, but I also think it's bad. I think it gives us too many things. There's too much accessibility or there's too much accessibility for the amount of value that you gain. If you are going to commit to a big attack like your focus strike, it shouldn't just stop the monster from their big attack either. Though it is cool to interrupt the monster, I would much rather it be a balance than just this crazy stuff right here where the monster just stops. And on tempered wounds, it's even more oppressive because you have an additional wound that literally knocks the monster down. I get it. It makes sense. But the traditional identity of Monster Hunter was a little bit lost when they introduced it as strong as they did. I don't think focus mode ruined Monster Hunter, but I don't think it's perfect either. I think focus mode made a different type of Monster Hunter, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a little bit harder to defend it when it's caused such a divide in the community as it has. Wilds rewards the adaptation of everything that you have going on. Whether you are moving quickly through any of the biomes with any sort of interactable environment, whether you are fighting multiple monsters at the same time, that adaptation and the ability to adapt is what makes Wilds so good. I just think that focus mode itself makes it a little too easy to adapt, and I think that's a problem. 20 years from now, focus mode might be remembered as one of the greatest possible things that they ever added to Monster Hunter, if Monster Hunter games are still coming out in 20 years. But it could also be the stain on the genre that the other half of the community thinks happened. I don't think that it's necessarily a horrible thing, but I don't think it's the greatest thing either. And unfortunately, that's kind of how I see a lot of things. I tend to be very black and white, but when it comes to gaming and stuff like this, I can hit that gray area where I'm like, I can see both sides. Because at one point, I was a casual player. At one point, I was a super hardcore player. I mean, look now. I'm trying to make content on all of it. There is a variation of experience that I have that lends me to see it from a couple different points of view, and I urge you guys to do the same. So, for this video, let me know what you guys think about focus mode in the comments, okay? Please, for the love of everything now, be respectful, both to other people and to me and to yourselves. Okay. I'm not deleting comments, but I want to make sure that if you are watching this video and if you want to talk about it, we talk about it constructively. Most of us, at least according to the stats on YouTube, are adults here. Let's act like it. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video. Make sure you guys let me know what you think. I'm hoping this one sparks a little bit of debate. I enjoy talking about it, and I like debating people. It's a good time, and I like hearing what you guys have to say. Some of you have more experience than me, some of you have less experience than me. So seeing how you guys think about everything is definitely something I'm interested in. That being said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.